Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about more racist and sexist shit, retarded shit, coming from, well, the demographic that claims to be anti-sexist and anti-racist. Anyway, here it goes. From Bounding to Comics. Kevin Feige says Doctor Strange cut from Wandavision because he's a white and male. White male! Retards. Marvel Studio boss Kevin Feige confirmed that Doctor Strange was cut from the recent Disney Plus season of WandaVision because he's a white male! According to the movie web, Feige spoke with Brian Hyatt for Rolling Stones about WandaVision and Marvel Studios' initial plans to include Doctor Strange in the show. Apparently, Doctor Strange was supposed to be communicating with Wanda via the commercials that were sent through the show, like the Toast Mate seen in episode 1 and Struck Our Watch seen in episode 2. Thank goodness I didn't even bother watching this shit show. However, Strange was cut from the show, and Feige explained why. He stated, some people... I need to make the soy voice. The soy. Let me invoke the power of soy! Some people might say, oh, it would been so cool to see Doctor Strange, but it would have taken away from Wanda. We didn't want the end of the show to become all the ties to go to the next movie. Is the white guy. Let me show you how power works. He added, not only was Strange cut from WandaVision, but apparently it meant they had to rewrite Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness too. This is next level being butthurt at being of a white guy. Look, this is a racism. These people are all about, let's not be racist. But the first thing they do is being racist and sexist. Misandry is a real thing. But what can you do? These people are all about projection. And being projections is, let me drink coffee because this is too retarded. Too fucking retarded. Coffee. Please let me swim in your blackness of nothing and beautifulness of coffiness. Anyway, let's get back this because it's retarded. Please kill me. Feige described their creative process. A wonderful combination of very dedicated coordination chaos. Chaos magic. This is just another piece of evidence that Marvel Studios has lost its way and they are embracing identity politics. Well, if this wasn't already pretty clear, right? From their movies and how they have been painting everything. Well, let's face it, hopefully they go bankrupt, but at least the Marvel Studio comic book studio is going really bad because they've decided to go extra woke on their content. But the movie studio was still making money because they still had some known franchises like Hulk, Iron Man, and Spider-Man, and things like that, Captain America, but with the termination or those movies reaching their end, their storylines, and now them switching to other franchises and going extra woke with Miss Marvel and things like that, with Femme Thor and Femme Hulk and things like that. I'm not even going to say She-Hulk because the She-Hulk is already pretty much so woke that I don't even recognize She-Hulk anymore. And so it's we're going to start seeing things going down the drain. After all, once you go woke, you get fucking broke. Or you get woke, you go broke. I think that's it. Either way, let's finish the article. As stated previously, when you embrace identity politics, it becomes the sole thing you focus on, and you can no longer tell competent stories. It's clear Wandavision proves that point. It's a muddle mess of a show. Not only do Feige comments confirm the company is embracing identity politics, but his comment is extremely hypocritical, given how the studio is famous for their end credit scenes that teases forthcoming movies. It's almost like those are specifically made to commoditize the next movies. For example, they teased Captain America at the end of Avengers Infinity War, implying that moviegoers will need to see Captain Marvel to figure out how she will figure into Avengers Endgame, and if she would be important to that film. It worked marvelously as Captain Marvel grossed 1.12 billion at the global office with 426.8 million domestic office. And there's also some sort of news coming out that quite a bit of those numbers were a bit inflated, and with Disney itself buying a few seats to cover up the shit show. Because even I didn't bother to watch that crap. As for the idea of a white guy training another superhero, that's exactly what they did with Spider-Man! Unlike the comics, where Spider-Man is predominantly shown as a self-made man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it receives significant support and training from Iron Man. Oh, sorry, now it's Iron Woman Ixon, a black, independent Woman Ixon. Iron Man even teaches him how to better use his abilities and give him technology that allows him to create better suits. Not only that, but the idea that Doctor Strange can help Wanda out because he is white and the man is completely and utterly ridiculous. I agree. Turns out that I agree. This is utterly ridiculous, especially because this would have given people an idea. Well, hey, let's watch WandaVision because it will tie in with the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. And hey, look, there's a next continuation of WandaVision in the form of Doctor Strange movie. Let's go watch a Doctor Strange movie. Wouldn't they think out of that or something like that? And once again, it's Disney pissing away money. Because apparently they have a lot of money to piss away on identity politics. Best off, in Marvel Cinematic Universe, Doctor Strange is trained by the Ancient One, which turns out it's race and gender swapped. Yeah, it's supposed to be male, Asian fucking male. But because they wanted to get that sweet Chinese call me money, they've had to replace that Nepalese man with a white lady. And it turns out that's one of the last few actual race replacements in which the person ends up being a white individual. And the last gender swap that it was from female to male, as far as I can remember, it's from the fairy godmother for the upcoming Cinderella movie, which switched to a black gay man. Yeah, makes sense. And speaking of the Sorcerer Supreme, that's who Doctor Strange is, and his job at the Sorcerer Supreme to protect the multiverse specifically from mystical threats, as Wong explained in the film. He stated the Ancient One is the latest in a long line of Sorcerer Supreme going back to thousands of years to the father of the mystical arts, the mighty build 3 sanctums in place of power where great cities now stand together. The sanctums generate a protective shield around the world, he adds. Moving on. Given how becomes the Guardian of New York Santo, it would make sense that he would investigate or at least be peripherally involved in Wanda was up in New Jersey. At the very least, he would have tasked Wong or another sorcerer to investigate. Even more so, since Feige announced that Wandavision would lead into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness back at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019. He stated, "In the events that would see Wanda go through in the WandaVision epic series will be reflected and tied directly into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness." Now, Marvel Cinematic Universe is about as dead as Star Wars? Yeah, I have to agree with that one. All they are going to be doing from here on out is beating it to death with wokeness and identity politics. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like exactly what happened with Star Wars. It's absolutely, completely, 100% dead. I'm having hopes here that the rumors going on and around that Kathleen Kennedy is biting the dust, or her butt, ugly, raising type butt is out the door, and they are rehiring Gina Carano and doing other things like that. There's probably a chance that Star Wars may be saved, but probably not. So we don't know, but hopefully that happens to be true. Maybe there's some way to save Star Wars, but right now, based on official accounts, Star Wars is utterly and completely fucking dead. This is what happens when we don't gatekeep people, these type of people, out of our hobbies. We must gatekeep. We must gatekeep these imbeciles out of our hobbies. Otherwise, it becomes this type of shit show. Racism, sexism, of all the stuff that we actually were against, even back in the days when we were still playing tabletops, when it was just a nerdy little game that only nerds with glasses would play. We still fought against the racism and things like that, but as it turns out that once we let these imbecilic butt-snuffing little shits into our hobby, they kicked us out and claimed we were white supremacists, and now here we have it. This is why we must gatekeep these people out. Let everybody else in. Kick those imbeciles out. Got it? Anyway, if you like the content of this type of video or this shit, fuck you, YouTube. Stay right here on youtube.com/Jester. But if you want spicy or exclusive content, head to bitchute.com/Jester, minds.com/Jester for that spicy and sometimes giggity stuff. And top it all, they have a very different thumbnail to help you identify what content is exclusive. So head in those places for exclusive content. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a very good fucking night.